Hi, thanks for joining us. Welcome to this evening's Premier League Tonight, the only place just to sit and talk football on a Saturday evening. And Glenn Hoddle has joined us from the commentary box. Hello, Glenn. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
They're laughing about something. Laughing at you.
You know what? I was so hot. Do I not look like a bit like a beetroot? I look bright red.
I thought it was Ray Reardon.
The jacket I'm wearing is about that thick. Is the aircon on in here, Leo? No. The floor manager has told me all evening, oh yeah, the aircon's on. Are you not hot? Is this look working?
No. I've took the pressure off you.
I wasn't going to say anything. Right, let's have a look at the headlines then from today, and it was a great day if you're a supporter of a Manchester club, because both Manchester United and Manchester City were exceptional today. They're looking brilliant. You can see there the Manx back the points. The next headline that we're going to discuss throughout the evening on Premier League Tonight is "Ooh, marvellous." Does that work? Oh, marvellous. It almost works, doesn't it? Finally, Moratatat. Not bad. He got a hat-trick today. He was brilliant today. And it was a good day all round for all of these teams. Right now, though, let's talk about Manchester. Talk about the Manchester teams. We're going to hear from Paul Bent, who's a City fan, and also Adam McCullough, who's with the full-time Devils.
5-0, another goal fest. Not much really I can say at the moment, just on fire. City, real looking untouchable. Obviously the game next week is going to be difficult, but at the minute, I don't fear anybody.
Don't get me wrong, it was not easy, and there were signs today that Southampton were going to get an equaliser. Jose threw on a couple of defenders extra and made sure we saw it out, but it's these kind of victories which could prove vital when the Premier League is being handed out at the end of the season. Obviously, City winning 6-0, United winning 4-0 left, right and centre. It's nice when you do that, but these victories are just as important.
Indeed they are, Adam, and this is a tweet from Samuel Luckhurst, who writes for the Manchester Evening News. 8 goals in, 8 for Lukaku. He's reached that number quicker than Cantona, Cole, York, Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie and Ibrahimovic. And it feels like he's stepped up, doesn't it? Yeah,
these are the games that you want to see him scoring in, the tight, nail-biting 1-0ers. They're important games, they're important goals. Last season, United would have dropped points here, 100%. They had 8 0-0s last season. He is a big difference, and he adds the pace, the strength, the power and goals. And alongside him with Rashford and Martial coming into form, it's a front three to be reckoned with. When can we really start to assess him, though? At what point does he get tested?
I think further on into the season, when it comes down to maybe the big games that decide the title race, and also in the Champions League in like the last 16, the last 8, you know, can he be the difference against your Real Madrids or your Barcelonas if you come up against one of them teams? But I think he's lifted everyone at United. You know, you talk about Rashford, Mkhitaryan, Pogba, but I think he's lifted them all, and he's certainly started his career at Man U on fire.
It's a great start for him. When you invest that sort of money into someone, there's a lot of pressure on him. If he'd have gone sort of 4 or 5 games without a goal, strikers, that builds up, the pressure builds up, but he's got rid of all that now. It's all the chains are off his shoulders. He can go and play. And you know what, every game he probably believes in that dressing room. He sits in there thinking, I'm going to get another one today. And that's a great feeling for a striker.
And do you think the fact that Martial's played well, Rashford continues to be among the goals and looking good, do you think even those players that might have felt threatened by him coming in have lifted their game, have responded to him?
I don't know if them boys would have felt threatened. I just feel that he would have come on and helped them get.
You don't think Rashford would have thought over the summer, make me on number 9, play me up top, don't go and buy something?
Yeah, I think deep down he would have had that in him, but I think he knew he would be getting games somewhere else, and I think he's not silly, Rashford. He's a mature young boy, and he knows that he's going to get games in and around, playing with Lukaku, playing as a number 9 at times, maybe in cup games like he did during the week. So he's a player who still needs to evolve and learn, and playing in different positions can only help him.
I think the key is those 3 you've just mentioned compared to last year. They've got pace. There's pace in that United side. Last year they didn't have that pace. Rashford had it a little bit, but they've got 3 now, and you can play off each other. If you've got one player that's got pace, you can snuff him out. But Ibrahimovic done fantastic, scored goals, but he wanted to come towards the ball. Now these 3, at the right time, they can go in behind, and it stretches the pitch for then your little technicians.
Be interesting to see how he reacts as well when Ibrahimovic is back fit and he's breathing down his neck for the starting position. You know, can he cope with that pressure behind him that he wants to start? Because I'm not sure Ibrahimovic is going to be a good sub, and he will be putting pressure on to start games. It'll be interesting.
Loads of comments coming in about the 2 Manchester clubs. If you want to join the conversation, it's hashtag PL Tonight. Serge Adams says, if that was last season or the season before, we'd have drawn. I have no doubt about it. Manchester United finally showing some shrewdness in closing off games. You said that to me earlier, didn't you, in the Winnebago before we came on air?
Yeah.
We have a Winnebago.
Yeah. It's being able to finish, see games out, get a goal, and stiffen up the team, and know that you can roll your sleeves up and take a 1-0. It's okay beating teams 4 and 5s here and there, but when the games are tight on a knife edge and being able to finish them games with a clean sheet and a 1-0 victory, tight games, that's where the confidence comes in. It starts going through the team, and there's a conviction then that grows within that team. And I think Lukaku, he's going to be judged towards the end of the season, like we spoke about earlier, Stevie said. In the big games that are deciding titles, that's when the nerves come. That's when you see, are you a real technician? Are you a real marksman in them situations?
I think the team will as well, let's be fair. What they've done this year is those games that they should have won, and there was man of the match for the opposing goalkeeper. We covered lots of games for United. They've put that to rest. They're winning them games, but so far they've not really been tested by one of the big teams. And in Europe...
And that's why he's so successful as a manager, because he gets results like today. They don't play well, they weren't fluent, but he gets 3 points at a difficult place.
Scribbs says the same at official Scribbs. Awful game to watch, terrible performance, 3 points. And lots of love for Phil Jones as well on social tonight. If you want to join in the conversation, do. Andrew Wall, not at our best. We defended well, especially Phil Jones. United defensively solid again, says Danny. Phil Jones finding his best form. And Alonso says Phil Jones turning out to be the player Fergie bought. And Hersher, Phil Jones dropping 10 out of 10 performances week in, week out. So Alex told us he was a defender. And we should be proud of him. However, in the last half an hour, there has been some news from Manchester United. This is an official club statement on these continuing Lukaku chants, and the club have released a statement that says Manchester United has a zero-tolerance stance on offensive chanting and behaviour. The club and player have been clear in asking for an end to the chant, and this is the news, really. The club is now in discussions with the police and has asked for CCTV footage from Southampton and will try to identify those who disrespected the players' wishes not to sing the song. So that's the news coming out of Manchester United this evening. But the news on the field is that both Manchester clubs look brilliant. Even as a former Liverpool player, can you look beyond City or United for the title at the moment? I know we're early.
Didn't Rio say before you don't really get excited till you're 10 games in?
I agree. I still stand by that.
Early days, Jake. It's early days. Yeah.
Even though it's early days. In the context of it being early days.
They've only jumped a few fences in the National.
Yeah.
Go yet.
Well, listen, they're both looking really good.
Bless you.
Twice. Sorry.
It's all this talk of City doing well, you see, it's making it...
It's giving me a bit of an itch.
They have looked good, though. I mean, City have been brilliant at the start of the season. The last few games, 16 goals scored, none conceded.
No, to watch City at the moment is just scintillating. That you've got Sane on one wing, you've got Sterling scoring goals now as well. You've got Jesus and you've got Aguero. I mean, that front four there, with backed up by Silva putting things on a plate, De Bruyne. So watch them with the two fullbacks flying. It's great football.
Bernardo Silva hasn't even had a look in yet. Haven't you seen him yet? You know, it's amazing.
How much was it?
The goal. Well, I don't know. The goal today was absolutely.
Going to the threes helped them. You know, when they had a 4 last year, we were always talking about Stones or Otamendi or the goalkeeper. The goalkeepers made a big difference, and they've tightened up with the 5.
Mendy's been great as well. He arrived in typical Mendy style. He's already brilliant, isn't he, on social media? He arrived wearing this crazy hat today. I like that. Look at that. He will be a miss, though, if he's badly injured. Went off today injured.
Yeah, in terms of delivery and putting the ball in a danger area, he put a ball in today for Aguero. It was a beautiful ball, and the way he crosses the ball, we watched him last year in the Champions League for Monaco. I mean, he puts the ball in from all angles, anywhere, and all he worries about is delivery. And for a forward, it must be a dream to play with.
And they've got 2 up there as well now, Jesus and Aguero. They've made a system. The 3 at the back gives you that opportunity to play the 2 down the middle, and they're lethal, aren't they? They want to get on the back of defenders. They'll hold it up. They're intelligent players, and they just play off each other, and they'll get better and better the more they play together.
Charismatic says on Twitter, if you take a look at how much depth City have got in their squad, it's absolutely ridiculous. I tell you what, after the results today, with Chelsea going to Stoke and doing a job there, which Arsenal failed to do and United failed to do as well. It is a brilliant game, isn't it, next weekend, Chelsea-Man City? Yeah.
Massive. Massive.
Live on BT Sport.
Right.
Huh?
Right on cue.
There you go. We're good at adverts for ourselves. Right, after the break, we're going to do 3-word match reports. Let us know who you support, the 3 words that sum up your team's performance today, and we will continue to cool off here in the studio. See you in a second.